Hi, I gave a lightning talk at CppCon, as you can see, and I quickly thought I record a longer version, which is not timed out at 5 minutes, for you to talk a bit about the last year with meeting C++ online. So that's what the talk is about, the lightning talk. So online events have become popular last year somehow, and also meeting C++. So I started experimenting with the new online format and what you can do with a user group. And I decided that I would like to start a user group which by definition only meets online. Okay, I wanted to embrace this and I'm happy that I did. It's a big success. This is a user group which will always only meet online, and this is what this talk is about. So I also saw this as an experimental space because online settings is different than when you're on site. And also was on site for a long time, I have preferred to, not only do talks, but also to experiment with other formats. So I started experimenting with fairs. And this started with Remo. This is a picture of Remo. I have now a different image for the user group, but for a long time this has been the main image of the user group, which showed Remo, which was the platform which hosted the most of the meetings of Meeting C++ Online and last year's Meeting C++ conference. And basically those tables were meant to have conversations at the breaks. And I thought, what if there could be a format which puts those tables as a feature and uses them for a meeting and makes that the main point of the meeting, that you can jump from table to table and have a conversation about various things or other topics. And so one of the first things that came to my mind was that a job fair would be great. And this is the second job fair, but the first in job fair in this year, which had attended 10 companies. And this was a great success. The job fair now happens once a quarter, and the last one was in September. And here's some statistics on it. We had 82 submissions from all over the world. Yes, India is a bit strong in the submissions. As always, I have a lot of reach in India, and there's a lot of folks which take the online space for finding jobs very serious, and so they come to that event, and they also submit over my online platform. And in total, it's 26 countries. And then there are the chosen C++ skills, which is the options in this field. So you can see that C++ 11 is very popular, and then there's other things like C++ 17, 14, which are also popular with most folks, and Qt and Boost, even MFC is still there, Conan is there. And I have on my blog a bit more about the data from the last job fair, by the way. This is just a short, for the lightning talk, I cannot go too much into it. So the next job fair is on the 16th and 17th November, and I'm still looking for employers which want to join that. So if you have open positions and you still want to find and interview people in this year, that is your one really great opportunity to get folks to come to your table, talk with you, get an impression. And if you sponsor the event, you get also access to all the other folks which could not make it to the event. Okay. But there's more. I did run the user group and was thinking the fair format has such a potential that we should not only use it for the subset of the community which is looking for jobs. I thought maybe it's also good to have people meet and debate tooling in C++, to watch demos, to have the tooling companies which are believing in using online platforms for interaction with the community, which not all of them do. And so this is the last tool fair. I do want to mention that SonarSource came to the first two tool fairs, but they did not have time to come to the last one in October. they will be present as a sponsor at the conference, and well, that's the next slide. So Compiler Explorer, I want to thank Matt Goldpold for being there all the 3 tool fairs which we had. And he's also going to be on the next one at the conference. Also thanks for TPBuild, who was the only tool company sponsoring the last one with a table. And also thank you for Bjarne, and also thank you to Slobodan Dimitrovic. I also added for the last tool fair books to the possibility to come, and the book authors written to the book authors, and Bjarne and Slobodan reacted, and they came to present their books, and it was a very nice evening, which we will have again, but it will not be an evening. I'm organizing a book and tool fair for the conference, and if you have a tool, or if you have a book, you should register for the book section in C++ and meeting C++, and then there is a form for adding that to the book and tool fair. But here again, yeah, that was like over the last days. Also that again, Matt Goldbold has signed up, so Compiler Explorer will be at the conference during 2 days, from 16:20 to close to 6 o'clock. We will host on next week, Wednesday and Thursday, this book and tool fair at the conference, which I'm really looking forward to. And a few words on the platform which we're using now. I had to buy a license for this year for the conference, and this is a yearly license, so I by definition made it that this license must be able to run everything from the user group to the conference, and that's what I'm doing with this now. Here you can see a screenshot of the launch, which is the feature which we are using for the fairs, and then that is a screenshot of the next meeting with Daisy Holman and her CppCon talk, and there you can see how talks look and are just counting down to when they happen when you start into the event. And that's the whole year now, and we're gonna spend the next year on Hubilo. And from what I can say for today is that I do like Hubilo a lot, and I think that it's gonna be a great year. And so my last words I have to you is, well, maybe join us with meetup.me/cpp.com. You will get directly to the user group, but I also will use this URL to forward you to the meetings during the meeting when we have a meeting. And with that, thank you for listening. I hope to see you at Meeting C++ Online.